What's up, my YouTube family? This is your girl. Let me scoot back a little bit. Yeah, but I'm coming at you with another video today, and I wanted to talk about deciphering the difference between and separating, let's put it this way, separating the boys from the men. And that seems to be a problem with some black women, that we can't seem to separate the boys from the men. I mean, like me, for instance. I know a boy when I see one. I know a boy when I hear one. You know, when I say separating the boys from the men, I mean these are young guys who just have not developed yet. They still have a lot of growing to do. Like the guys, for instance, the men, the people that's going around saying that, those men in the background on that tape where they're beating the old lady, and the one that's going ooh and ah and things of that nature. Those are boys. Those were boys. Those weren't men. Those were boys, period. And it's a difference between a boy and a man. And the sad part about it, here's the sad part about it. I'm sorry, but I gotta say this, black guys. You know, you guys are behind. And it's not your fault that you're behind, because you're dealing with a system that has its foot on your neck, period. That's one of the reasons. And it's like black men are 10 years behind. It starts from just from the education system and the education that they get. We don't get top notch anything. So we're dealing with a system that wants to keep us behind. Really, that's the way I feel. And if you got a 20-year-old that's out here, that's a boy. You know, to me, in my opinion, black men, the majority of them, when they reach 30, they're getting to know and getting adjusted with their manhood, unless there's a father in the home. But we all been through this, where it's not a lot of fathers that's in the home. In their lives, I don't know, because I'm not around everybody, every black person to know, dude, did your dad come to see you? I'm not around like that, so I would know. But in the home, living there, it's not a lot of fathers in the house. And women, you can say what you want to say, but for me, you lose this argument. We as a collective, because if you got a lot of YouTube personalities that's women on YouTube, and we do different things and we think different ways because we're all different women. But you hear it a lot as a collective that, oh, we do fine in just raising our children without a father. And yes, we used to do fine with the girls. Some of the girls are going buck wild. This is true, but some of the girls are it's being done right. But we do well with our girls. We do okay with them for the most part. We really do. But with the boys, we just can't teach boys how to be men. We cannot do that. We don't know how to be men. So how the hell we gonna teach a boy how to be a man? He needs his father. He needs his somebody, and it's a sad thing, because you women, if we don't have that father figure, we have to look outside the home to find some male figure to be a good role model for our sons. But you can't do that anymore. We can't do it anymore, black men, because it's too many predators in our communities. So we can't go to the uncles. We can't go to the grandfathers. We can't go to the football coach or to the community centers, if we still have some of them that's up. But our boys are not getting those leadership skills, and by pedophilia running so rampant in our community, even single women with children can't release those children and let those children be mentored by other men. It's just chances that we can't take. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of good men out here that's willing to role model and mentor the children. It's just the women, we can't trust you. We can't trust you with our children anymore. Look at what's happened. So we can't do it. So in the meantime, we're back to square one because we got black women saying that, I raised my boy and I raised him just fine. He's not a criminal. He gets straight A's in school and he doesn't curse out people and he's doing well. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. It really is. He's doing well, but inside mentally, why is your son a pussy? I don't mean to say it like that, but that's the only word I can go with it is, why is this kid soft like? I don't know if they want to call it emasculated. I don't know. Whatever the case, why is this kid this way? You know, that male figure is needed. It's needed whether you want it or not. It's something that's needed there. And I say this all the time. I say this all the time, especially when I go and I visit young people, or I'm stopping by to pick some young person up or to do something with a younger woman and they have children, because these younger women, they have young children. And you can see these kids and you can see them and they never saw a father a day in his life. The only thing they saw their father is his back. I kid you not. But these kids are walking like their father, talking like their father. Their father is all over them. So if he's really technically in the house, you got to let this man see his son, unless he's a pedophile. But it's needed. It's needed. And if it's a child support thing that keeps black men away from their sons, or if it's a woman that's just mad, because I've seen that a lot, where women are so mad, I don't want him around his ass, and he went with so and so, and where it's not about the woman that he might have left you for or wronged you for, or the money that he stole from you, or all these things that can happen to break down a relationship, or you guys just didn't get along. But whatever the case, it always kills me how, if the relationship, when it ends, somebody's going to be unhappy. One person going to be happy and another person not going to be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's just the way it goes. But sometimes you get two people that say, hey, we're going to walk away and we're going to be cool about it. Sure, you got that, but not that often. Most of the time it's something ugly behind it. And when you're the caregiver of these children, you have to know the importance of that relationship. Otherwise, you're gonna have a boy who, from the age of, say, he's when he's grown, he's 18. From 18, about 10 street years is the niggas on the streets gonna be teaching him, or black men that he encounters in the street. He's gonna have to learn how to be a man on his own. And that's a sad thing, because then you get to the point where you get all of these people that are not fit to mentor anyone, that these young boys are mimicking, or they're trying to do things on their own, where you never had that manly guidance that you need. And then you're 21 to damn near 30, and you're unleashed on the women. And it's a sad thing to where when you don't know boys from men, and it's a sad thing that I see some of the men that have that age on them where you're old enough to be a man, but you still haven't become one. Period. I can decipher a boy from a man, and I think that other black women can do the same. And it can go to flip. It can go to reverse because it's a lot of grown ass women out here that act like children. Period. They act like they're teenagers and they have children of their own and they act like children. It's so true. But that was just my little analysis of deciphering the boys from the men. And it's really tripped out because I've ran across a lot of men and I've ran across a lot of boys. And just to hear them talk and to hear them speak and the way they act, I can decipher the boys from the men. So I don't criticize boys. I just give them room to grow. That's it. Men, on the other hand, that's a different story. If it's not the type of man for me, it's not the type of man for me. Because men, they do things differently. Yes, some men do things this way, some men do things another way. But I definitely will not follow a boy and his boyish thinking and his boyish ways. Grow up, talk to me 10 years later, and we can get with it. We can get with a conversation. And until the next time, oh, let me not forget exceptions to the rule. Let me not forget that because we do have some young black men that they are sharp. They are sharp. I cannot leave those. But then I won't say that they're boys because we have some black men, like I said, they're on point and they're under 30. And as far as their conversation and their mentality goes, oh, I love it. I love it. But for the most part, boys. Men, that's what I'm talking about. Black men. Anyway, until the next time, please like and comment if you want. And till the next time, like I said, toodles.